Yeah. What does that mean?
No idea.
There's a song around here. All right, I'm going to probably struggle to get through this show today. You know why? My throat's a little aggravated. So it's hard for me to talk. I've got a little sinus or something that's going on. It's kind of aggravating. Thanks for getting on here first. Can you get on the show? I'd really appreciate it. You know, there is a spiritual agreement about being first at everything. Are you always first?
Always.
Do you all tell me why it's so important for you to be first?
Well, you gotta build your brain to be a winner. If you're not first, you're not a winner.
I like that. Ed, are you on here today? If you're on here, do me a huge favor, like, comment, share the show, share the stream. Help me out, okay? Because somebody out there might hear something today that could help them. Maybe they're curious. Maybe they're interested. Maybe they want to go somewhere, but information is holding them back. So, as always, we begin every day with 60 seconds of gratitude where we force ourselves to move into... Could you hear that? Good morning, Shannon. Hey, happy birthday, Sammy Gordon. Thank you for getting on here, and thank you for sponsoring the GTT Bash. You get a lot of gas mileage out of sponsoring the Bash. What are you thankful for this morning?
Thankful I get to go watch state championship game today.
Who are you watching?
The Cougars.
MTCS. Where is it? In Cookeville?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. What are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful last night I got to watch Tennessee basketball with my dad.
Got beat?
Yeah, they got
How'd they play?
horrible. Rick Barnes said it was the worst game that he's ever coached.
Oh, man.
They played a good second half.
Did you watch it? Hey, how good is Memphis going to be this year?
They're actually doing a lot better than they're supposed to be.
Well, what are you thankful for this morning?
I'm thankful for this burrito.
Well, it looks like...
I'm also thankful I played basketball this morning.
And you're playing golf today.
Thankful for golf.
Man.
And a closing yesterday.
Man, see, Hayden got a lot of...
Man's a player.
When we get off here, we're going to... What are we working on right now? Spiritual agreements and what? Wins. Okay. Working on Bradley's Sacred Six topic. So whenever we get off here, we're going to talk about that because I'm telling you, you got to have things to look forward to. What are you thankful for over there, Ed? I know what he's thankful for.
Hose on.
What are you thankful for?
I am thankful for potentially putting one of my long life friends into their first home.
Oh, Ed looks better today. Have you noticed?
I like his hair.
He looks a lot better. How do you feel, Ed? Come stand to the camera so other people can see.
Give me a shout out.
Give him a shout out. Now,
Your
dug down just a little bit so people can see you. Like,
Bohawk. For all the
Yeah.
now you don't look happy when you look in there. Now get out of my way, please. That's enough. That was enough. But, Jared Glant was talking about this. People that go home to messes. Have you seen this? There's this agreement that you have with yourself. Your life ain't together. So that's something like that holds me back because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. My house, my car, a lot of that stuff is sloppy. Our lead systems are sloppy because I struggle in there. Allie, what are you thankful for?
Thankful for a good therapy session yesterday.
In here?
And in therapy.
And in there. Oh, I thought you were giving me some damn
Well,
credit.
yeah, I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, we had like a little mini therapy session. I loved it.
Okay. I'm stealing today's show topic from Cardone's wife, Elena Cardone. And I think this is very powerful if you think about this. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. What happens if you don't make a decision? What happens if you do? Like, how many people have made a decision of where they're going in their life? I think you have.
Yes.
How about you? I don't think so. I think you're starting to see something, but Google the word decide. I want to know what that definition is.
To kill off.
That's what Bert says. Have you decided what you want your life to be?
Of course.
When did you make this decision? Good morning, Jan.
think I made the decision when I first started in real estate, but I think I had to recommit. I think I lost sight of my vision.
Well, let's hear what young Josh says. What the decide means.
Come to a resolution in the mind as a result of consideration.
Okay. So, is that clear? Say it a little bit better than that. You said it weak.
Come to a resolution in the mind as a result of consideration.
Okay, so consideration is something. I don't know. Maybe. Like whenever you're talking to people, you should know a consideration is uncertain. What was the other word?
A result in the mind.
No.
Resolution.
Resolution. Certain. When did you make a decision, Ed? And are you still struggling with this decision?
No, I'm not struggling.
What are you struggling with?
I'm just struggling with that discipline on the weekends. The biggest is I get in a momentum Monday through Friday, and then I go off the rails, and then it's starting all over again on Monday.
You're not starting all over again on Monday. You're starting a little bit behind. You're starting because what do you are so if you're saying you're going to do something, you're saying you're going to become something, but you're not actually becoming that person, what is your mind really thinking? Is your mind clear? Are you certain? Or is there still some consideration?
Mostly still some consideration.
So if you made your mind up that you're going to do something, but your actions are not doing what you decide to do, there's a breakdown somewhere. There's not alignment. Which,
Something for you, Tommy.
what?
Here's another definition. The word decide comes from two words, cut plus off. So you literally mean to cut off everything except the things that matter most.
Oh, happy, my wife says happy birthday, Sam. Hey, my wife's on here. Everybody say hello to my wife. In the comments. I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to talk this morning. I got, like this morning, my wife, she's trying to talk to me. And it's like, damn, it's miserable to talk right now. I don't know how to describe it. When I feel like I've got to talk, I want to start coughing. Does that make sense?
That frog in your throat.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is. But Van said, so Van, if we could take that a little bit further, if we're applying Ed, who's made this decision, but his actions aren't doing that, what does that mean to you?
He hasn't decided.
Hmm.
If you decide, it means you cut off everything.
So he's still in the consideration. Okay. What about you, Allie? When did you decide?
I'd say when I started this job, I decided.
Taking some. I'm growing up. Well, see, y'all are still. It's hard to get committed when you're, I believe, under 25. Some people just have a. I think it's a gift to be able to do that, but I think most people go through some things, some good things, some bad things, and then they kind of find themselves. But it usually don't happen that quick unless you're just kind of a freak. For me, I made the decision when I heard Bert and Cardone having this interview, and when I heard, and I've talked about this. I don't know if y'all remember. Do you know what I'm going to say, Josh? I heard Cardone tell Bert that success is your duty, it's your obligation. And if you can't do it for yourself, do it for somebody you love. Do it for your mom. Do it for your dad. And that was the first time I looked and I thought, I know my mama loves me. I know that she cares about me. And in her little way, she's proud of me, even though I'm living in her house at probably 37, 38 years old at this time. But I could always let me down. It didn't bother me to let myself down. But if I let other people down, it was very hard for me. I didn't want, because I've grown up, like John was over at my house the other night saying, Tommy's such a people pleaser. Well, I don't like to let people down. And whenever me and Bert started hanging out a lot, I didn't want him to keep seeing my failures. So it was easy for me to decide. I made that decision. I was old in life. I was over 35 years old when I decided that I want a different life. Now, I had considerations before then. I had dreams. I had visions. I had this look into my future. I knew where I wanted to get to, but I hadn't decided to kill off, as Van is saying. I wanted to do something, but Friday and Saturday night, there were things that came alive that should have been dead. Do you know what that is, Josh? Do you know what came alive inside of me?
Yeah.
What? Ed was singing the song.
Tail.
Well, I mean, these things were popping up, going out to the bars, wasting. I wish I'd know. One day I'll probably find this out. How much money, how much time, how many setbacks did the weekend cause? Hey, there's a lot of times I didn't need Friday and Saturday night. I just needed an opportunity. Any of those, any weekend, any weeknight, I was out there. But when I heard Cardone talk about this, I immediately started crying because I was thinking, how does my mom really feel about me? Damn old ass man living with her rent free, loser. A decision is powerful. I mean a decision. I'm talking about Van's definition to kill something off. It's extremely powerful. When did you make a decision, Josh, that you ain't fucking around no more?
2.5 years ago.
When do you remember it?
Yes.
What was it?
It was whenever I was sitting. The office hadn't been like this yet. It was back whenever we had the old office.
Yep.
In my little corner. And I remember sitting there and I was watching. I can't remember what I was watching, but I was like, I need to write my goals down. Like I need to come up with a really articulated goal list that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And so I came up with 7. And I was like, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing. Well, I remember I started taking your decision serious when you started investing time and money. You went to Bert's,
Yeah.
which flipped switch. So these are indicators. Whenever you spend money on self-improvement, that's an indicator you've decided. So if I were to pay for y'all to go somewhere and learn, information is one thing, but it does not mean you've decided. Whenever you're going to put your own time, money, commitment into something, that means you're in the process of deciding. So you're going to you're really making a decision one way or another. You're either deciding to do something or you're deciding to let the world give you what it gives you. And at 38 years old, I was tired of that. I was tired of seeing my other friends get ahead where I was falling back. And because of that, I'm 50 and I'm not where, like this morning I spent an hour and a half with John Floyd. Hey, he's worth hundreds of millions and I'm not. We're sitting there and we're talking, and I get, for that hour and a half, I'm having conversation to hear how he thinks. I don't do much talking when I'm with him. I just sit there and I'll listen. I'll ask him some questions, but I want to have proximity to those people. So Brittany asked me this question. I wish I could remember the scenario. We're going to, one day next week, this is going to be the Facebook, it's going to be our morning grind show, is would you rather be given $1 million cash? Would you rather be with the richest person in the world for 3 years every day? I can't remember what they were. But it was easy for me because I'm a big believer in proximity. If you get around the right people, this helps you make a better decision about who you're going to be. Because the people I was rolling around with, we made the decision. We just didn't know it at the time what we were deciding. We were talking about how our life is going to be, what it's going to look like when we get old. But if I never would have gotten away from that bunch, it never would have happened for me. So either way, I believe you're making a decision to create a purposeful life, the one you want, or you're going to let somebody else decide it for you. Van Grafton, shut us down before I start coughing.